What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some awesome battles submitted to the channel by previous two-time Battle of Spice winner Windows 7 Aero. He's going to be doing the Charge Move Roulette challenge with their 100% IV level 50 Mew in the Open Master League. A lot of people had been asking me to try this challenge after I made a video with Blizzard Mew earlier this season, but unfortunately I never have enough charge TMs to attempt something like this, but it doesn't matter because this submission is way cooler anyways. To round out the team, Windows 7 Aero is running Machamp and Excadrill, two much more easily obtainable Pokemon, and yeah, this is going to be a really fun one. The battles aren't at too high an elo, so there might be a few misplays or not the best charge move timing, but we don't really care about that. We're just looking at the fun of it, and there are going to be some huge nukes landing in this video, some very unexpected movesets from this Mew, and it's just going to be really fun. So with that being said, let's get into the question of the day. Aside from Mew, which Pokemon do you find has such a vast and versatile moveset that you always have to consider shielding against it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we lead Mew into Rhyperior, and let's see, we don't even get to see what charge moves we're running, so it will be a surprise until Mew does come back in later in the battle. But we have baited out a Ho-Oh. We can go for the Rock Slide here, grabbing the first shield from the opponent. We go for a second Rock Slide. What I would recommend is that you throw two Mud Shots before going for each Rock Slide, as that is the better timing against Incinerate, but here we do throw straight away, and this is better as that Incinerate may have taken us out. We get the Ho-Oh incredibly low. They're going to get to one charge move, but I don't think they will make it to a second, and we are able to Shadow Claw, farm them down, and you can see we've got Wild Charge, but we've also got Solar Beam, so this Rhyperior will not be able to tank a Solar Beam from full health. We're going to full send it here, and let's see, the Solar Beam does one-shot the Rhyperior, and they've got a Lugia in the back, and we should be able to go for back-to-back Wild Charges. Notice we do choose not to throw straight away. They go for a Sky Attack, doesn't do an awful lot of damage, and now we can go for the back-to-back Wild Charges. First one doing big damage, gonna go for the second Wild Charge straight away, and from this range it is enough damage to take out the Lugia, and we take that game. Now these battles are at fairly low elo, so you might see a few teams where they're not fully powered up Pokemon. That's just sort of how it is. Master League, very difficult to compete, and a lot of people will maybe have level 45 Pokemon but not quite enough XLs to get their Pokemon all the way. But here we're running Surf and Low Sweep. We also go and catch the move onto our Machamp. They do go for the Drill Run. That does quite a lot of damage, to be honest, but we're able to get the farm down. They come in with their Dragonite, and we are running Stone Edge, but we lose CMP to the Dragonite. We're actually going to shield here. The opponent goes for Dragon Claw. We're going to go for the Stone Edge, probably grabbing a shield from the opponent, and we do grab that first shield, but they are able to farm us down. We're now going to come in with the Excadrill here, and the opponent does throw just before we make it to that Rock Slide. Superpower doesn't take us out. We now go for a Rock Slide, and because of the debuff to their defense, Rock Slide is now enough damage to take out the Dragonite. We come back in with the Mew, and we are going to go straight for another Surf here, and with the Shadow Claw damage, we might be able to take this game, but it's going to be very close. We're going to shield up the next charge move here. The opponent goes for the Shadow Ball. It's a CMP tie as well, and let's see, we go for the Surf, grabbing the final shield from the opponent. Can we get to the Surf in time? Yes, we can, before they make it to another Shadow Ball. And from this range, Surf takes out the Mewtwo, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Melmetal in the lead, and once again, gonna swap out straight away, so didn't get a chance to see what moveset we're running on the Mew this time around, but the opponent's gonna go for his Superpower. It does big damage, but they're not swapping out, so they are clearly very weak to Excadrill, or they just don't really know what to do up against an Excadrill safe swap. But we can now go for back-to-back drill runs. Second one doesn't quite take them out, and they're able to get off a charge move at the last second. We will respect the damage. They go for a Rock Slide there. We actually probably could have lived that, so that was a very strange play there. But they're going to come in with Metagross, so what are they running, like triple steel here? This is going to be a very weird team. We go for the drill run, and now we swap back into Mew, and we're actually running Rock Slide, I think, and Bulldoze. and they're going to go for that Meteor Mash. That does grab our final shield, and it is Bulldoze. We're going to go for it here up against the Excadrill, and Bulldoze does big damage. I think they're going to be in range for us to farm them down, but let's see. It's going to be very close. They go for the drill run, and of course it was a triple steel team, by the way. A very weird team from the opponent, but we make it to Bulldoze number 2 up against the Metagross, doing big damage, and we will be able to get the Shadow Claw, farm down, and take that game. Into the next battle, another Excadrill, and you will see a lot of battles up against Excadrill since it did feature in a recent event, and this one is very underleveled here. I don't think that's even level 40, so yeah, you might see that with some of these teams. I think we're in like the 1900s, so not the highest elo range for sure, but some very entertaining battles and a very unique theme here with the Mew charge move Roulette in the Open Master League. But here we're going to let the drill run go through. It does take us out, but we did grab a shield advantage, and now we can safely let another drill run go through, and we will be able to counter farm them down. But they come in with Gyarados, and we're running Psyshock, I think that was, as the first charge move. The opponent goes for an Aqua Tail, not even a crunch, and we're also running Hyper Beam, so we're going to go for it here. How much damage would it do to the Gyarados? Oh my gosh, I thought it was going to one-shot them, but it didn't. They live with 1 HP. That's really unfortunate. And they've got a Scizor in the back. Now, we can only go for a resisted Psyshock here. It's not going to do an awful lot of damage. And the opponent is going to be able to fully farm us down, but no, they chicken out. They go for a charge move, and I think that does just secure us the win now. We can now safely go for a cross chop, and from this range, I think with a couple more counters, cross chop probably will be enough damage to take out the Scizor here. And let's see, cross chop does take out the Scizor, and now we're able to counter farm down the Excadrill and take that game. Into the next battle, we see Mewtwo in the lead, and they're actually running Confusion, so I definitely do not recommend you run Confusion on Mewtwo in the Open Master League, because having Psycho Cut makes it a lot more flexible, because Mewtwo has a ton of different charge moves, quite like Mew actually, but it has a much higher attack stat, so those charge moves are really threatening against a lot of the meta. But here we're going to go for the cross chop into this Melmetal. I don't think this will take them out from this range, nope, not even close, but we should now be able to fully farm them down. I don't think we should shield here, and they go for a resisted Rock Slide, so personally I would have let that go through, especially when we know they've got a Confusion Mewtwo. But we're now going to bait with the cross chop. The opponent no shields it there, and it's not looking good. We should be going for the Rock Slide here, but the opponent's still not going to shield, but we're luckily able to snipe them. I do like that play. And now we're going for a Dazzling Gleam into a Dragonite, but the opponent does use their shield there. That's unfortunate, and as well, they get to a charge move just as we reach the Dazzling Gleam. We actually let that go through. And here, I don't think a Rock Slide is going to be enough damage to take out the Shadow Dragonite. So it's not looking too good for us, and it isn't enough damage. And they do correctly no shield it, knowing they will debuff themselves when they go for Superpower. But let's see, we swap into Machamp, trying to catch a move, or just, I don't know. But we're able to get that Mudshot farm down, just barely. I think they must have been at the charge move just as we farm them down there. But into the next battle, we see a Garchomp in the lead. Gonna say swap into our Machamp, and once again, we didn't get to see what the charge moves were on the Mew, but we will find out later in the battle. It's almost more exciting that way because we don't know what we're gonna get from this battle with our Mew. But here we shield up the Outrage and go for Cross Chop number 2, and this might grab a shield here, and we do grab the first shield from the opponent. They make it to another charge move, and we are going to double shield the Machamp. They come in with a Togekiss. That's not looking great, and now we're going to go for that Stone Edge. The opponent does shield up their Togekiss, but we can swap out into the Excadrill straight away, as they did take a very long time to swap out. We throw here ends up being on alignment, so they get a full charm through, but they do get to a charge move anyway, so I don't think it mattered too much. Aura Sphere is going to one-shot the Excadrill, but we should be able to Shadow Claw, farm them all the way down from this range. And we get there before they get to a charge move, which is huge. They come back in with Garchomp. We've got Flame Charge, I think this is. Yep, Flame Charge will put them into range where we can Shadow Claw, farm them down. And they've got a Mamoswine in the back. We can go straight Flame Charge here. And this will be doing big damage to the Mamoswine. And we're even going to swap and catch the charge move there, knowing we will lose CMP. And they go for the Avalanche. We can now go for Flame Charge number 2. And this will easily be enough damage to take out the Mamoswine. And we take that game. Into the next battle, Mew into Togekiss. So I think we might stay in this battle here. What have we got? We have got Rock Slide and Overheat. And we are going to go straight for the Rock Slide. Will this Togekiss respect the damage from the Mew? They do end up using a shield. And now we swap. This is really risky here, but did we catch a Ancient Power? Yes, we did. What a catch that was. That's double resisted. And now we've baited out a Groudon as well. I mean, it doesn't really help us that much, but that's fine. The opponent's going to go for a charge move here. This should just be a Fire Punch. And we will be able to live it. Can we get to the Drill Run? Yes, we can. And this won't take them out, but it should put them into farm down range. But we do actually grab the final shield from the opponent. And now we're going to come in with our Machamp, shield up the next Fire Punch from this Groudon. And can we get a full counter farm down from this range? Yes, we can. We come out with a ton of energy. They come back in with the Togekiss. We go straight for that Stone Edge. And Stone Edge does big damage. It one-shots the Togekiss. And we swap into our Mew. Now we can go for the Overheat into the Melmetal. That does big damage as well. And we can safely let all these charge moves go through. And then we should just be able to farm down with our Machamp in the back. We actually don't commit to the Overheat number 2. We go for a Rock Slide. It is debuffed and it doesn't do much damage. They do actually farm up quite a lot of energy, but it doesn't matter. They're in like one counter farm down range. No, actually they're not, but we do make it to the cross chop anyway. We fully undercharge it, we take out the Melmetal, and we take that game. Into the next battle, Melmetal in the lead this time around, and we're going to instantly swap out, so probably not running Overheat this time around. They're going to respond with a Garchomp, but they are running Dragon Tail, so that's not the worst. Sorry, my mic just fell there. Hopefully it's not making too much noise. But they're going to go for a Sand Tomb, and now we can go for Drill Run number 2. Drill Run will grab the first shield from the opponent, and we make it to another Drill Run in time. I think we just won CMP, so we actually just take out the Garchomp there, so that's definitely a level 40 Garchomp, and we did win CMP. But now we can come in with the Mew. We're running Low Sweep and Blizzard. This is going to be really risky here. We are going to shield up the Ancient Power, and will we full send the Blizzard? No, we're going to go for a very risky bait. Double resisted, Low Sweep, and the opponent lets it go through. That does absolutely nothing. Now we're going to full send the Blizzard, and Blizzard takes out the Togekiss. They've got the Melmetal remaining, and we've got our Machamp, so things are now looking great. We can safely let any move go through. We actually shield the Superpower. Honestly, I would not shield the first move, but it ends up being the best case scenario, as they did actually bait, or not bait, they went for that Superpower straight away. Now each Superpower will do less damage each time, so we can now go for the Cross Chop. Cross Chop will take out the Melmetal, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see Dialga in the lead, the first Dialga we've seen in this video so far, I believe. So yeah, I mean, we are at very low elo, so a lot of people, I guess, they just don't have the XLs to build a Dialga, and I don't blame them. I don't either. I actually don't even have enough XLs to build half a Dialga, and Dialga is the Pokemon, or the legendary that I've got most XLs for, so yeah. But we're going to go for the Drill Run. We lose CMP to the Mewtwo. I think this is a level 40 Mewtwo anyways, but still going to lose CMP up against it, because Mewtwo is incredibly attack weighted. The opponent lets it go down here. They come in with Mamoswine. We go for a Rock Slide, and just a tip here. Against Mamoswine, you can go for Drill Run, because that ground typing does cancel out the normal weakness to Rock that Ice does have, so it's actually neutral. But since Drill Run is the better move and Stab, you should be going for that Drill Run. Here we unfortunately lose CMP to the Dialga. We go for a Cross Chop anyways, and this will be doing big damage to the Dialga. We're going to swap out eventually into the Mew, and we are this time running Grass Knot and Psychic, it looks like. And from this range, Grass Knot will be enough to take out the Mamoswine, and we take that game. And into the final battle, we see Kyogre in the lead, and this time we are running Dark Pulse and Grass Knot once again, but the opponent swaps and they catch it onto a Togekiss, so a great catch there. Excuse my voice, But we're going to come in with the Excadrill, and hopefully they're now in range where a Rock Slide will be enough to take them out. We actually grab the shield there, and we make it to Rock Slide number 2 before they can get to a charge move. But Rock Slide is not going to be enough damage to take them out. So what are we going to do? Will we shield it? No, we let it go through. It is the Aura Sphere, but we can now come in with the Mew, get a huge farm down, and the opponent's going to come in with a Mewtwo. We're running Dark Pulse. This is amazing for us. It does connect. It does huge damage. And now we swap into our Machamp, and this actually... I'm not sure about this play here. We're going to shield the Psy Strike, and we are able to counter farm them down. We can now go for a cross chop straight away into the Kyogre, and that is not going to do an awful lot of damage. But if we do get to a second cross chop in time, that would have been enough to potentially get the last shield. But we actually live the Surf there. We can get to the cross chop, and this should grab the final shield from the opponent. We've got a Grass Knot already loaded, and this will be enough damage to take out the Kyogre, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And as for my response, I'm going to go with Shadow Hypno. It has access to Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, the Elemental Punches, and could potentially run something like Psyshock, Psychic, or even Future Sight. So it's just got so many charge moves to run that you always feel like they're going to have the right moveset to take on whatever Pokemon you're running, and you kind of have to respect that damage if they do farm up a ton of energy. If you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.